Welcome back to Scott's Car Stuff. As you can see, courtesy of a new to me two-post hoist, I've installed a big empty space in the shed. So let's have a look at the big empty space that I've now got in the shed, courtesy of the new to me two-post hoist. So as you can see, Brumby up top, Kingswood down the bottom. This is a screw type single post hoist. It is by no means new, but it is a good hoist in pretty good condition, so it's not hydraulic. It relies on a couple of very large screws to drive the hoist up and down, and it allows me to have a bit more space to get some projects actually done. So there's the project motorbike, the CB100, that I've made very little progress on since the last video you probably saw of me fiddling with it. But now I've got some space to do that. There is some brewing equipment, as you may have noticed from my shirt. Let me just whiz this around. I made a comment to one of my family about I've made some goals for this year. I've written down some goals, which is very important, and one of them, who shall remain nameless, but she does some welding on the channel here, said, what are they? Fix cars, make beer, be epic. Well, that's not a bad slogan for a t-shirt, so that's what I did. I made it into a t-shirt as a bit of a joke. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got a couple of fridges over there that I use for brewing beer, some other brewing equipment over there, the project go-kart, which I haven't even started, and a bit more space in the Scott's Car Stuff shed that I can actually get some work done, do some activities. I've also got a bit more time on my hands at the moment, so I've been left to my own devices today, so I'm going to go ahead and do something. What I have here is a tonneau cover for the tray of the Brumby. I bought this back on the 3rd of March 2021 with the intention of getting a very quick job. So we're 2 years on from that point now, more than 2 years. So my plan today is to open this parcel, work out how it all works, and tomorrow do the whole job in a day. There's a couple of assumptions that I'm making, which is fine. That's what assumptions are for, and we'll see if we can get it all done in a day. So first up, I'll open this one up and I'll see what I've got. So what we've got in the package is the tonneau cover itself. These are a vinyl cover that goes over the rear of the tray of a ute or a pickup, which is predominantly an Australian thing, as far as I can tell. I don't see a lot of it in other areas. They largely keep the tray of the ute dry, free from debris, leaves and stuff if you park it somewhere. They're not theft proof or secure. There's a bar that goes across with these two brackets, which goes across the middle of the back of the tray, so crossways, not lengthways. Goes into these two little brackets which rivet on the side, and that provides a raised surface so that any water that falls on the tonneau cover runs off. There's a piece of metal, one of which is already on the Brumby, you might recall, from all of the tray videos that I did, that goes against the back where the window is, below the window, that this end of the tonneau snaps to. I am making somewhat of an assumption that the positioning of the existing loops that these loops, the catches that these loops go around, which just rivet, all of the rivets are here in the kit, that rivet to the body, the side of the body, are in the same or a similar position. Yes, I'm aware that that's an assumption, and should anyone suggest that they're not going to be in the same place, I'll put my fingers in my ears and go la 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 and ignore you. I'm really hopeful that all I need to do is drape the tonneau over it and hook it on, and the job's done. So the Brumby's down. Let's have a quick look here. So yes, it's got these brackets. That one over there is slightly broken. This one's loose. A couple of these are loose, so drill out those rivets on the loose ones. It does have that bar across the back there. You'll note that at the moment I've got those two pieces off, but I can put them back on. I'm thinking positive thoughts that this is going to be a relatively straightforward job. Famous last words. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill out these loose rivets and the broken clips or brackets. How am I going to do that? With a drill bit very close to, if not the exact size of the rivets. These look like, these are a large rivet, like a 3/16 of an inch shank. I don't know what that is in millimetres, 4.2. The problem that I'm having is these rivets, the shank looks long enough, but when I push it in, the tip of the riveter doesn't push the shank in very deep. So that looks good, but in fact there's another 3 millimetres or 1/8 of an inch that it can come out. And so what's happening is that with the rivet back there, it's not getting a big enough bulge on the end of it as it's closed to catch the size of the hole. So I'm going to have to do a little trick here, which I will show you. What I have here is the part that you sometimes get on the top of spark plugs, particularly say one you'd use for your chainsaw or your lawnmower, in that it screws down on a tiny bit of thread that the plug lead goes onto on the top part of the spark plug. How I use this is I put this over the shank, the nail part, if you will, of the rivet, so that then it allows the much narrower fitting of the riveter to push hard into the hole. So we'll see if it's a success. And it is. What I've done is I've drilled the hole here a bit deeper. Be very careful, so that I've got more of the biting part of the grabbing part sticking through. Hopefully that makes a bigger bulb. Not quite. So I've made it this far. I've gotten this one on. I won't claim major victory, but it's on. These snap catches are in a different spot. There was only 3 originally, there are now 6. So my experience with this is measuring almost never works. The error multiplies as you go across, measuring one from here, one to there. What I have learnt is line them all up, mark them out, do that from the other side. I don't think I'm going to succeed in getting I might have to drill this one out, re-drill the hole next to it and fit it there. I'll do that. I'm going to clip these press studs. I went and looked up the word. Well, I had the camera off because I could not remember what they were called. Finishing touches. I'm going to leave this one, I'm not going to move this one yet. I'm going to put this out in the sun and hopefully what the vinyl will stretch, and I'll get it on. It's not far, I'm not terribly worried. That's what does happen with these, they look much better once you failure there. A couple of failures at this point with pulled one of these corner pieces off. One of these here, pulled it off. Thanks for watching this quick little job. I always hoped it'd be an easy one. I wanted to get the tray done and then the Raptor coat and then get this done. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.